Start. Nice.
My name is Keshav Mukti. My passion is watching TV. And one dialogue is case ಮಾಡಿದ ಇಂಥ ಕೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಇವರು ಲಾಯರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹುಡುಕಿ ಸುಸ್ತಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅವಾಗೆಲ್ಲೇ ಗತ್ತು
Action.
डिफरेंट नहीं करो उसको पागल है चैंपियन हो रहा है 2 मिनट
Action.
we have to touch him
now sera
हेलो
धोनी सचिन
ईशर गोल ऐसे ये लक्ष्य किया ना ऐसे करो ना
ट्यूब टेस्ट करा अच्छे से
6 करो क्रिकेट में
Nice.
అర్థం లక్ష్య చెప్తారు
all of you very good morning
पहले इसका एक्शन
First your action. Nice.
My name is Satish. I have a passion to become a good mechanic engineer and invent some new thing in mechanics.
इनोवेटिव थिंग्स इन
Innovative
दैट
things.
action
My name is Indran Banerjee and my passion is bike riding.
Okay, nice. Okay, so we are done with our introduction, right? Now, when you go to school, your teacher teaches you something, and that is reading and writing. I hope. Reading and writing. They never teach you is speaking and listening. If I'm correct, you are well versed with reading and writing, but not listening and speaking. And you know what happens? This contributes 75% of the communication, and this contributes only 25% of the communication. Those people who are very successful in their life, actually they are good in this. They are good in listening and they are good in speaking. But what we have learned there in the school is reading and writing, and that's only 25%. That's the only reason we people are not as successful as those people are. You'll find out, see Mr. Dhirubhai Mani. Let's take the case of Mr. Dhirubhai Mani. Mr. Dhirubhai Mani got everything in his life. But he was not good in writing and reading. But he was good in listening and speaking. That's the only reason. So the first myth is, when you go to your school, in your elementary school or whatever co-education, whatever you have got in your life, you are well versed in reading and writing. That only contributes 25%. What about this 75% nobody has taught you? Again, you will find out your body language contributes 60%. Body language itself contributes 60%. I'll give you some demonstrations of that also in the later part when we reach there. I'll give you some important demonstrations of that. Again, nobody has taught what to use. I mean, when you are speaking, you came here, Mr. Ashok came here. What did I say right now? No, what did I say right now? Mr. Ashok?
came here
He said he came here. He not said to come here.
Yes. Now what happens? This is one thing, that you are not a good listener. And this happens every time. Please have a seat. I did not call you on the stage. Okay, let me show you something else. Mr. Ashok, please come on the stage. What did I tell you? Mr. Ashok, please come. No. I asked you, I said to you, Mr. Ashok, please come on the stage. Now tell me, where is the stage? This is the stage. There's no stage. Why are you coming here? Please have a seat. Now what happens? We are not good in listening. We are not good in listening, and we really don't know what to listen and what not to listen. When you were a small kid, your teacher told you one thing. When you were some 2 or 3 years old, one day your teacher taught you that this is a flow Am I right or not? Am I right or not? You got to learn this quality, that this is a flow. And again, after some time, the same teacher came in your classroom and she said to you, Rahul, please come on the stage. You got confused totally. Because there was no stage. And the same teacher had taught you earlier that this is a flow. But later on, after some time, you got this confused mind. Abhi aapko samajh mein aa raha hai. But when you were small, you did not understand this. You know why there is a fear of public speaking? Do you know this? Because most of the teachers always tells you the same thing, what I said right now, please come on the stage. And there is no stage in your classroom. They never say to you, please come on the floor. And when I go to schools these days, I ask those teachers, who told you that there is a stage? There is no stage. You are just confusing these little students by saying that this is a stage. And that hampers their brain, because I understand how your brain functions and how the brain gets evolved very slowly. So these are the two important things that you must notice. But still they say the same thing, please come on the stage, please come on the stage. There's no stage. Like I said to you, please come on the stage, you came here. Why you came here? There's no stage. You must ask me. And if you're a good listener, you will ask me, sir, where is the stage? And then I'll come. Are you getting my point now? So nobody has taught us the quality of listening. Third important thing. God has given us 2 eyes. God has given us 2 eyes and 1 mouth. Some important thing is there. Why? That's 2 and that's 1. So that we can hear more and we can speak less. But we do exactly the opposite. We speak more and we hear less. And again, after some time, in dictionary a word came, hear and listen. Nobody says to you, let's say your manager will come, he will ask you, there is an important meeting and you all gathered here, and that's an important meeting, right? He'll tell you, listen to me very carefully. He will not tell you, hear me very carefully. Do you understand what is the difference between hearing and listening?
Hearing means it came to ear, but it not to came to mind.
Yes. Hearing means it will strike your eardrums, but the message will not be absorbed by your brain. That's called hearing. What is called listening? Listening means it strikes your eardrums and the message gets stored in your brain. That is called listening. So again, during our schools, nobody has taught us what is the difference between hear and listen. So we don't understand what is the difference between hearing and listening. Are you getting my point? Then again, we have some common problems. What are those common problems? Nobody in our school, during our school, I mean even in colleges, nobody taught us how to say no to somebody. Nobody has taught us. Everybody is very refreshed and very well versed with saying, yes, I can do that. Yes, I can do it. But nobody is able to refuse anything. If you have to refuse something, nobody has taught you that art, how to refuse something. Nobody has taught you these things, right? So today what we are going to do is, we are going to start with the same thing, and that says communication skills and how we can develop if we have not developed. Yeah. The first and the foremost thing is, what exactly is communication? Can anybody tell me what is communication? What do you understand by communication?
Passing the
Message.
message.
Yes?
Passing the message.
Passing the message to somebody is communication. Okay. Let me give you a simple example.
Interaction.
By 4 o'clock, I will leave. By I have passed this message to you. Is it a communication? Information. It can be information, it can be an order, it can be anything. I am asking what exactly is communication?
Interaction between two equal individuals. Interaction
What do you understand by equal individuals?
means like we are humans, we communicate in our language.
Okay?
Like birds communicate in their language.
In their own language, right?
Just like that.
Okay. So if you say to your dog, you have trained your dog that I will die by 4 o'clock, they understand that he will die by 4 o'clock.
Yes.
Then is it not communication?
Yes, it is a communication. Because they are trained to that language, trained to that body language or something. They understand it very
we will come to this section also. What is this exactly called? You know, when you are interacting with a human being is interacting with an animal. What is that called? We'll come to that part. What is communication? What exactly is communication?
To give a perfect message.
Yes,
To give a perfect message to listener,
to be
Understand.
understand, listeners.
okay. Any other definition of communication?
Communication is the bridge between sender and receiver.
All right. Okay, oh, that's very famous. And you know, somebody will tell me this. You know, that happens everywhere. When you go, you know, in a particularly corporate sector, this is really needed. That there is a sender. They do like this. Trainers, they come and they focus so much on this. There is a sender, and then there is a receiver. The sender will decode a message, give it to the receiver. Receiver will decode, because there are so many stuff like this. It happens. I mean, you're talking about this model. So I have brought this model.
Actually, sharing the idea starts.
Yes, sharing your ideas, thoughts, yes, that's communication. Communication word came from the word commune. The word communication came from the word commune, and the meaning of commune is common. The meaning of commune is common. That means what? Something is common. Now what is common between you and me? That we both are human beings. If we both are human beings, we can understand something. I mean, you can understand my language. If you understand my language, I can communicate with you. If you don't understand my language, I'll bring a translator who understands the language and he will communicate with you on my behalf. But the biggest problem is here. The sender has got some experiences in his life. Okay? Sender has got some experiences. With that experience, he speaks something. I mean, let me give you a simple example. Let's say Mr. Ashok will say, I want a traditional girl. Now that's a simple information. You have something in your mind when you say traditional, and I don't have any information about that picture which you have in your brain. What is your definition of being traditional? Maybe when you say I am looking for a traditional girl, you mean to say somebody who is in sari. And if you communicate to me by saying, I am looking for a traditional girl, please help me Priyank, what I'll do is I'll start searching in my locality and I'll go to every home and I'll see. You have a girl? They'll say, yes, we have got a you have got a beautiful, I've got my friend and he's looking for a traditional girl. Show me, where is your daughter? Okay, there she is in the bathroom. Okay, let me see. Oh my God, she's bathing and there is no sari right now. Okay, no, she's not. And again, I'll go back to the next home, and I'll again see. Now, things like this will happen, and I'll never get any traditional girl for you. So you have something in your brain. With that experience, you said something to me, and I'll start doing that thing. But see, this is a miscommunication. This is a miscommunication because just by saying I'm looking for a traditional girl, it is not giving me sufficient information what type of girl exactly you're looking for. Now, what is communication? Communication means what is your definition of a traditional girl? You will give me everything. That this is my definition of a traditional girl, and then I will start searching a girl for you. Are you getting my point now? So that's the basic difference. And what happens is here only the problem happens because the receiver has something and he has got a different picture in his brain. So he's not. When I was launched on this planet, I mean the date of my birth. So when I came on the face of this earth, that day, after 5 or 6 days, my parents became very worried because I was unable to say anything. I was unable to speak. They were very worried about that. I did not cry. Normally people think that you have to cry, you know. So I did not do anything, any stuff like that. Because I did not cry, the doctor was so worried that he did not cry. He was so worried, he did not cry, he did not cry. Later on, after 1 year, again I was unable to speak a single word. I was not able to utter a single word. Now my father was again worried and he thought perhaps he will become dumb. He won't be able to speak. After 1 year, the doctor announced that this guy is unable to speak. He will remain dumb. After 2 years again, he came to my home just to see the progress, and the progress was the same. I was unable to speak. I was doing everything just like any other guy, but I was unable to speak. After 1 more year, he again came to my home, and finally he said that you need not to go to any other hospital because that's a common problem, and he's not going to get cured, and he won't be able to speak a single word. And this was the case with me after 3 years. And now after 32 years, that doctor is dead, but I'm still alive, and I can speak. He might be watching me from somewhere. Now what is this? This is just a simple belief system. And when you hear the belief system, you adopt it, and that becomes your experience. And now when you communicate to somebody, what happens? You speak your experiences, but not the reality. Are you getting my point or not? How we start communicating? So here a sender is a person who has got some experiences. With that experiences, he encodes a message. Receiver has got a different experience. With that different experience, he decodes a message. That's the biggest trouble. This is the only trouble. You have got some experience, I have got some experience. You said to me something, but I will understand something else. You go to a girl and you say, I like you. You go to a girl and you say, I like you. By I like you, you want to tell her I love you. Because that is the very first day. So the first day starts with like this, I like you, the message goes. And then within some 5 to 6 hours you send the next message, I love you, I have not seen a girl like you. This happens or not? This is your communication pattern. This is your experience. Because you have got some friends who have got girls within fraction of seconds. So you have got some experience with that. So with that experience you start, you're not doing, I'm just focusing on you today. Alright, communication skill, I'm going to give you all the skills. And today I'm telling you, don't worry, what are the nicest skills and how can you make somebody say, wow. So yes, come back to this point. And this point says, first of all, never ever bother about the receiver's modeling. Try to understand my point. Never ever bother about the receiver's modeling. If you are a manager, never think that what you are saying is understood by your subordinate. Then somebody will say, if I will work like this, I have got some senior engineer and I will tell him a plan that you have to do this. And you are saying exactly the opposite. Don't think that he's a senior engineer. Yes, I am saying this. Don't think that he's a senior engineer. Now what is the best way? The best way is, as soon as you assign him a job, you just ask him the feedback. You just ask him the feedback. Now what is that feedback? What you understood, you please explain it. And you will find out, right then and there, some 60% of your communication will be lost. That is what is called communication gap. Then the next step says, again you tell him the same plan and you ask him. You will find out this time he's alert. Why he's alert? As I told you, when the person first starts listening to something, actually they are in the mode of hearing, they are not in the mode of listening. So they start with hearing, but you have to make them listen. So the moment you assign him the job, after that you just ask him, you will find out that he just heard me, he did not listen to me. So if you practice it twice, you will come to understand, now he has understood my plan and there won't be any type of accidents or any problems. And this is the case of communication. So what it says, कभी भी ये नहीं समझना है कि receiver समझ गया. Receiver से आप पूछो, first of all you ask him क्या समझे, and then when he will explain you something and you be assured. If you are assured, then only you propose the next thing or something, whatever you want it to be. Are you getting the point? So this is just a simple model. Again, there are some drawbacks in this model. When we come to this section, communication, we have found out that there are two types of communication. Everybody knows this. I will not waste much of the time reading these things because these are not that important. I will quickly run you through these things and we will come to practical. So the means of communication are two. First is verbal and non-verbal, and I hope everybody knows that. What is verbal and what is non-verbal? What is verbal, sir? Mr. Shah? If you look at any girl and you say, I love you, that's verbal. If you show him, that's non-verbal. It's very simple. Are you getting my point? So okay, so you come here please. Now it is fine. I did not say on the stage. अच्छे से सुनना है. Alright. You have to propose a girl. Alright. You just imagine there is an imaginary girl somewhere there in the room and you have to propose a girl. How will you propose?
With action.
How will you propose a girl? How will you do that? Please do that. Will you remain like this? No? Okay. What will you do? Help your friend. friend. Yes, please. Help your friend.
You say.
Please, please, please. Yes, you can join in.
क्या मार गया
You please do whatever you have seen and whatever you have learned in your life with that experience. How you are going to propose somebody whom you love? That's it. That's the whole job. And now wait. Now what do you think? What the girl will do? She will call the police. Literally, I am saying this. If you behave like this, what do you think? What the girl will do? She will also bend her knees and she will tell you, "No, I love you so much, Mr. Ashok." No, she will call the local police and you will be inside the bar. Is this a way of communication? No, that's not. Okay. But once again, take that.
अभी आप कहाँ गए?
Now, how will you do? Try for it. Try for it. Okay, give that bouquet to him. What's your name, sir?
Indrajit.
Okay, Mr. Andron. Yes. How will you do? What will be your approach? What will you say to the girl? How will you approach the girl?
लड़की रहेगा तो अभी तक इतना हाथ नहीं क्यों?
He cannot drink.
Sorry.
Sir, okay, I will do.
Next time I'll try my level best to have it.
Don't promise.
Indrajit.
Next time I'll surely bring somebody.
Indrajit. For time being, his name is
Okay, nice.
See, and my name is Satish. I'm staying in Tufagate and I'm engineer in Las Vegas and I can take care of you. So,
My parents can also take care of me.
certain period, then I can adopt you for entire my life.
All right. Thank you very much. Now what happens, see, in case of verbal and non-verbal, there are some differences. What is non-verbal is non-verbal language. In case of verbal language, you have got a help of your medium. You have got a medium. But in case of non-verbal language, you don't have any medium. And you know, one more thing. Most of the people who are successful, they are well versed and well trained of using non-verbal communication. Action. Yes. That means only and only action. If you are verbal right now,